How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Marvel's. We cover all things Marvel and everything pop culture. Yo,
it
it's a great day.
is a great day.
Yo, Sensei, what are we going to check out today?
Yo, today we are going to be checking out the first episode for Paramount Plus's new official series, Halo. Come on, baby. What? I am so excited for this. I know I'm not as excited as you are, bro, but I am freaking super pumped. Okay, I mean, we've heard a lot of bad things and a lot of good things coming about this show, like on Twitter, as far as how everyone feels. I believe we even had a comment in the chat before we started. Someone was saying, "Bruh, this is gonna suck." As a huge Halo fan, this show personally looks terrible. Too many red flags. I'm just hoping it's actually good. But as far as us, we've been actually pretty hyped for this, right,
Yeah.
bro?
You know, okay, let me tell you the exact vibe I'm feeling right now.
Okay.
I'm feeling like a Wheel of Time book reader at the end of the Wheel of Time season finale.
Okay.
Right? That's how I'm
Okay.
feeling right now, based off everything we've kind of gotten. But I'm excited, bro. I think whatever we get, I think we're gonna enjoy it. I'm overly optimistic, and I'm probably gonna be crushed, but that's okay.
I'm also overly
That's okay.
optimistic. Not gonna lie.
Um. So I don't even know what to expect, bro. I'm so excited. Like I really have no thought, like a whole lot of thought, uh, because Halo 2 was like the first game I ever played, like on a legit console. Like that's what first got me into video games, like really. Um, and then it was the Game Boy. But like for the most part, that was like really took off my
Yeah.
gaming career.
No, I feel it.
You know,
I remember being like, for me at least,
it's a
I
different
just
level.
remember the slumber part, not the slumber parties, but like the sleepovers. You know what I mean, my guy? Like the sleepovers, everyone's trying to bring either everyone's bringing their own Xbox or we're four-way splitting on it, fighting each other to the death. That's kind of like where that whole competitive
Oh yes.
spark initiated for sure. That and Time Splitters, I believe that was on the GameCube. That game was freaking awesome. But as
Yeah.
far as Halo goes, it's definitely that type of game that introduced a lot of us. Like a lot of us were introduced to this game into the gaming world. That's why it was like so serious when the servers had shut down recently. Like, and I think it was last year, like towards the end of the year, they were shutting down the original servers for everything and whatnot. And like everybody was like getting on their Xboxes that had it, getting into the game and loading up for one last game, like with with everybody. You know what I mean? Like it was a beautiful time, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
Halo has been one of those things that's brought everyone together, no matter what, really.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what gaming does in general,
Yeah. And you know what? With the latest game, Halo Infinite,
which was amazing.
it was a
The
phenomenal
more,
game.
yeah.
I haven't played it since um the time I've played it though.
Did you ever beat the?
Oh yeah, I beat it. I beat it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
my goal was I wanted to play it when I wanted to replay it and beat it on legendary.
Oh yeah, because that shit was crazy.
But with all the skulls activated. But I
Mm-hmm.
throughout my run through, I think I missed one or two skulls. So
Oh, you gotta like go
I'd have
back and do
I
it
have
all
and
over
like at the
again.
time, there's no way for you to like restart that mission without starting the entire
Yeah.
campaign over. So um but I think I'm gonna run through it on like easy and give it
Yeah,
another
just get
shot
everything.
possibly. But
I think we should run through it once they update the multiplayer, because we got bamboozled with that one. Also, the Halo Infinite, the same way we got bamboozled by Marvel's Avengers. We
yeah.
thought it was just from the jump going to be multiplayer through the story mode. It was not. But speaking of the video game, when it comes to this show, I know I've read some conflicting articles and some that also back them up with saying they're either really accurate to source material or they're not accurate to it at all.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the ones that I've been seeing at least today, like earlier today, before the episode like was actually like released and whatnot, was basically that they tried to do a good enough job to where if you play the video games, you'll recognize certain things and certain
Yeah.
people and characters, but as far as the entire like story and the man and what's going on, including the lore, it's not all canon basically when it comes to the live action, and I don't think any of the books are either, because I know
You,
there's multiple books as well.
you know, thinking about it, it's probably a good play on their part. You know,
That's kind of what I was thinking
like
too.
like realistically, just to kind of to start off the series. You know, I think it's a good way for them to kind of do that. With that said, I hope they don't completely slaughter the things that we loved about the whole series.
Bro, I know, I'm so nervous.
Uh, but from like a from like a viewership standpoint, that's actually kind of a smart play. Um,
Mhm.
but man, okay, before we get into this,
Yeah.
what expectations do you have this first episode?
I'm gonna be very honest. My expectations are, I'm not gonna say like they're high, but they're definitely over midway. You know what I mean? They're like
Mm,
right in the middle of midway and
yeah,
high. Only because of what this is. This would be like making a live action, like it's like the Sonic movie, basically. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like when that Sonic movie came out, so many people who probably never even saw the movie were like, this looks terrible. Because it's a property that just holds so close
yeah,
to our hearts as the child in us specifically, not just who we
yeah,
are now, but it's like you're dealing with something that directly affected my childhood. I spent hours of this as my childhood, like in this world, so to speak. So I can understand why tensions are so high with everybody, including me and you. But at
mhm,
the same time, what we've seen as far as the graphics go for spaceships, even the aliens when Master Chief was fighting them, and at one of those parts in the scene, it's been like, okay, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for this. This is season one. I can see this getting better and better and better, and I'm gonna back it as much as I can in
yeah,
order to make it get that as good as it can be. So my expectations are pretty high, and I don't feel like we're gonna be let down. To be honest, I feel like there might be a few scenes where we're like, but overall, I feel
mhm,
like it's gonna be good. And something to always be optimistic about is
yeah,
with these shows in the earlier episodes, they're pretty cheaper because the big extravagant shit happens at the end. How
yeah.
about you? How are you feeling, man?
All right, for this first episode and probably throughout the whole series,
Mhm.
I'm getting very. I think we're gonna get a very Game of Thrones like storyline.
Oh, okay.
Very political. See different aspects of the Halo world that we really haven't seen before. And we've kind of seen a little bit with Dr. Halsey and like the controversy behind the the Spartan program in like the games and stuff. But I feel like that's gonna be a heavy issue throughout the show.
I,
Um,
I agree.
I think the Covenant war going on is gonna
Mhm.
get a little more complicated than I think we're used to. Um, with that said, like with Halo One or and Halo Two, like Earth was almost completely eradicated. Like uh we lost Reach. That was a huge loss for I forget I think it's like the United Earth something
Yeah, yeah. The United Earth Federation or something like
something
that.
like that. I forget the name, but that was a huge loss
They're
for
basically the UN, but the
the
whole.
humans basically. Uh but I'm excited for the show. I don't think we're gonna get too disappointed. I'm gonna be
I don't think
crushed if
so
this
either.
first episode is a complete loss. But even if it is a complete loss, I think it is gonna get better as we watch.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be like if that's the case, I think it's gonna be like Hawkeye, but reverse. So like the
Don't
first
say that. Oh my
like so
god.
so like
I was literally just thinking, I hope it's not like Hawkeye with what you were saying. And then you flat out said it's gonna be like Hawkeye. And I was like, oh my god,
yeah, I
my
think it might be the reverse of Hawkeye, where it's like, okay, the first couple episodes not that great, but then as the show progresses, it's gonna get better and better and better and
and then
better,
it actually really does get better
and it
and
ends on a
actually does
good
have
note.
a good note. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I feel that. Mary Sue got her popcorn ready.
Hey.
She said we're just babies. I never realized it. My first game was Mario 64. And yeah, we're both
Yeah.
turning the
I
big
played that
26
game.
this year, to be
It was a
completely
great
honest.
game.
So
It was
we're
a
not
great
we're not,
game.
not that young, Mary Sue. Uh, actually, we're both Tauruses too. Fun fact. Uh, um, but yeah, yo, I played Mario 64 as well.
Great game.
Great game, but was not my first introduction. To be honest, my very first introduction to a video game that I can remember is being on like the Nintendo. Was it the Nintendo 64? It might have been. But I remember playing the like original Power Rangers game.
Oh, okay.
And that was amazing. Let us know how you guys are feeling about how this episode is gonna be. And I don't know. I don't really have anything else to really touch on or talk about really other than that I'm really high hopes, but I'm still super nervous because of where my hopes are. Is if it doesn't meet at least that, it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
well.
I think that's all about I got right. But in terms of how
Yo,
we're
are
gonna,
you wearing a Space Force shirt?
you know it, man. You know it.
That's
I
awesome.
had to pull out the Space Force shirt.
That's freaking awesome.
I don't have any Halo shirts, so I was like, I figured this might be the best option for this evening.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? We compared this to the Mandalorian in the very first trailer reaction. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bust it out. I am definitely not prepared. He does not know how to fly. Oh! Yes! Yes, baby! Yes! Hey, my man with an EMP. Yeah, they lost. Yeah, Wolf said they lost me when he took the helmet off. Yeah, me too, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo,
They like, oh shit.
yo,
What?
no shot, bro.
This man just EMP'd everything.
Oh,
And
bro.
he boosted the ship, baby.
Hey, those Spartans weren't playing. They were ready to kill their own dudes, bro. Dead ass.
Oh yeah, they was about to take him out, bruh.
They were
She's
like,
so happy.
I think she's happy too
Oh,
because
god damn it.
I think it ends right there, Loki. I'm not sure,
It might. We gonna see.
but I think she's also happy because this is going to give them a reason to improve her Cortana project.
Maybe. But
Yeah,
maybe not, because it seems like this is a reason to stop the whole Spartan program because they don't have the control over them that they thought they did.
yeah. I also don't think
Um,
they realize how big of an asset the Spartans are,
for real.
especially in this
Because
this
I'm
war that's going to be happening.
100% sure that those three could have took on every single person that was there
Yeah,
and won, like without any issue.
even the soldiers at the door were like, "Wait, what's going on?"
They were like, "Oh my god, are you guys with us or against us?" Like, my man said, if they going against Master Chief, then they're not allies. They're not friendlies, baby, if they're going after our guy. Maester said,
Yep.
"Oopsie,
Yo,
rip."
these
Yeah,
shorts are looking
goddamn.
kind of lit. I'm not gonna
But get out of here, bro. Get out of here,
lie.
battery. I'm about to see you at Old Navy.
uh,
Next stream, Old Navy shirt. Okay, here we go.
yep.
Wow.
Is there any end
I
credit?
don't think they have
Okay, yeah, I don't think so either.
credits.
I want to check out 1883, bro. I
What is that?
it's the prequel to Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the end of episode 1 of Halo. And whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was that was
That
solid. I like
that
that.
was incredible.
Yeah.
I I think this met every expectation that I wanted, and
Mhm.
maybe more. Because I had no idea this show was going to be this gory. I thought it was going to be PG-13, but no, they're going hard R.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And that's something that we kind of talked about in
I.
our most recent
Mm-hmm,
trailer reaction. I think that we did
mm-hmm,
the last trailer that we did. We were like, "Yo, so what are we going to be seeing in this show? Like, how is it going to be? Is this going to be like what is it? Like, what's happening? Is this going to
yeah.
be a hard R or is it going to be like a soft PG-13?" And we
Mm-hmm.
got our answer low key. Like, this is a
At least
hard
in the
R.
gore aspect, we can
And
hear
when
like
it
cuss
comes to
words and stuff,
gore,
but yeah,
yeah, I don't even know if they have. Well, I mean, I know everyone has cuss words, but I don't know if they like use cuss words like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they'd be like, "Fuck," like I don't know. They might say "glarf." Um,
I will say, okay, so I gotta say it. The actor who plays Master Chief, I love him.
mhm.
Uh, I
Oh,
actually
you
really,
do? You know who he is?
I've seen him in a lot of stuff that I've really enjoyed. Um, I don't like the voice, so but like for the most part, I'm a huge fan of that dude who plays Master Chief.
God damn it!
The voice with the mask on does kind of bother me, but with the helmet on, I like it a lot more. That's how I feel. I know you
Yeah,
guys feel differently, but
I liked his voice a lot more when he had the helmet on. For me, I was
mhm,
like, okay, he sound like when he has the helmet on, it was a lot better. As soon as the helmet came off, it was an immediate disconnect to
mhm,
everything. Like for me at least, like as soon as I saw
mhm,
his face, I was just like, all right, well, I don't care anything about
yeah,
this guy anymore. Like he was mad. He was more Master Chief with the helmet on, like
yeah,
100%. Uh, but it's just I don't know, man. That was just interesting. That like ever like once he took it off for me, like literally, I felt differently about the show. Like
yeah.
it was just like a yeah, like immediately I was just like,
I will say it does kind of bother me that they did it so soon, but
mm-hmm,
it does feel like they're just trying to realize that Master Chief doesn't have a human side that he didn't realize he had, and I think that
mm.
artifact kind of opened to that, so that's kind of why they had him do that. But I
I feel
also
like
think,
the secrecy of the mask like adds to the him not
mhm,
being that human type of thing. Like we even talked about that like early on in the watch where you know they say in the games that they're really far from like human like
yeah,
basically and the not seeing the face really like added on to that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I guess they showed us him as an adult, so when we see him as a kid, it's more
mhm,
understandable. I don't know. I don't know.
mhm.
It was just
I
really cool.
think initially when we saw the back of his head, I thought we were just gonna see the back of his head and him talking.
Yes.
That's what I
And
thought, and then I was like,
that's
oh,
what I would have loved that actually. I would have really
mhm,
preferred that. And then he put the helmet back on and then it continues from that
yeah.
point on. Yeah, yeah. That would
But
have
I
been
also
just
think he
trash.
also knows that he's being recorded and watched with the mask on. Like, luckily, I think he disconnected this like whatever he needed to. But
Mhm.
if they could figure that how to put that back on, they can see what he's seeing and like whatnot. So I guess it kind of makes sense from what's happening right now because they straight up were about to shoot down the
Yeah.
entire ship and they were
From a
just
story standpoint, I think it was solid. Don't get me wrong; like
mhm,
everything made sense. He had to take off the mask to get her to trust him, all that type of stuff. All of that, I felt it. I was like, okay, for show, but it was just the. I felt like having him have his mask off for the rest of the show at that point. It was just like Mm, I don't know. That was just really. It was a weird
Mhm.
choice for me. Like specifically, it was just like
Yeah.
I don't feel that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then again, like already episode one, I feel like how the Wheel of Timers felt at the season finale. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Like, to be completely honest, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm really excited about what can happen in the next episode and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
But like, bro, like for some reason that really like made a super huge disconnect for me, like in my brain.
Yeah.
And I can't I'm hoping that the next episode and his further performance, because this
Mhm.
actor Pablo Schreiber, I believe is his name.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen him in basically anything else.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that this is solid, yo. I'm yeah, yeah. I'm just
Okay.
like
So
ah.
just an overall view for this first episode, right? This
Uh-huh.
first episode exceeded expectations.
More
Him taking
so.
off the helmet kind of dampened a little bit, but I'm loving the story and the plot that's going on right now. So it
Yeah.
doesn't really bother me that much. And I also love the actor. For
Mm.
me personally, music was awesome. I had no
Oh,
idea we were going to see people be disintegrated from the heat,
yo, that was awesome.
from the blasts, and the initial shock of her friends exploding was insane. It
They were
sucked that
getting
we
exploded and evaporate.
it
Like,
sucked that we weren't in sync for that moment because I was like,
yeah,
oh, and then you're like couple seconds later, it happened. But
yeah.
uh uh music was great. The political aspect super heavy this first episode, and that's exactly what we talked about was going to be the issue here.
Hmm.
But
I think they did a really good job of establishing that political
mhm,
connections as well between the UNSC and the fact that all of these different colonies, for lack of a better word, like they're all like no to the UNSC. And I feel like I think you said this a couple times, but I don't feel like that was really touched on that much. Maybe it is in the books,
yeah,
further
in the
in the books,
games,
because
that's
that
not
would make
really.
sense. But the fact that they're no, we're not letting you guys come and harvest our resources until we have nothing left. We don't
Mhm.
even care if the Spartans are going to save us or whatever, you know? And it was really dope to see that political propaganda
And it
kind of
was
as
good
well. And it
political
was,
stuff too. It wasn't
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, this is boring. I feel like I'm in a
mhm,
courtroom. It wasn't like that at all.
yeah,
Like it was fun and cool to watch and kind of see unfold. Um, Especially with the admiral getting thrown under the
mhm,
bus like that with like Halsey and
yeah,
trying and swindling things, and just like we said, don't trust Halsey. And like she was literally those Spartans were literally about to start killing their own people, like dead ass. Like
oh
there's no
yeah, one
they were
hundred
about they
percent,
were about to mow down everyone. And luckily Master Chief was like, you know what? I'm full sending it right now. I'm gonna touch
yeah,
this artifact. And it worked out. Straight up knocked out the entire command base, command city. Got I don't even know, like
yeah,
of reach,
for real.
so
The
uh
way the show so far, because the way that I always like get things in my head is I have to compare and contrast things. So far with this show, I get like Witcher vibes because it's him and then the little girl. I have Mandalorian vibes, of
mhm.
course, like because of just everything. Um, and then damn, I was literally, it was on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. I can't think of what the show's called. I can't think of it. It was right there. It was literally right there.
Foundation?
Uh, huh?
Foundation?
No, not Foundation. I can't, like, it's
Battlestar
literally.
Galactica?
I saw that, but no, that's not what I was going with either. I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gone. Uh, yeah, but I'm really excited for where we get to go from here. To like
Mhm,
for real. I'm a little nervous because of how everyone else is gonna react. Because I know, like Wolf, he immediately was like, "They lost me when he took the helmet off." Like he was like immediately he said it like as soon as it
yeah,
happened, it was just like, "Okay, I'm out of here." Um, and I feel that because it was just I don't know. It didn't feel He didn't feel like Master Chief anymore. To be
mhm,
complete for like it was like he felt like Master Chief in this, like with
yeah,
everything felt like Master Chief for me 100%. Even the voice was getting better towards the end. It was like maybe he was like getting more into it or something. Uh, and then it was just I don't know, man. Like, yeah.
mhm,
So I'm hoping that as far as everyone else go, they don't get like super disconnected and not want to watch it anymore.
Mhm.
Because you know me, I'll be furious one episode and then come back and watch the rest of the season still.
And you
Like
know what?
that's how it was with Hawkeye.
I think on Twitter, I think we're
Hmm.
gonna hear a lot of negative feedback when it comes to
Ooh, it's
the
about to
helmet.
go up.
I could already see it, but overall, I think we're gonna hear good things. Like in terms of like what everyone thinks overall of the first
Hmm.
episode, but they're gonna say, "Oh, that they lost me at this part, though." Like I could
Yeah,
already see it. Um,
kind of like the Vespa scooters.
yeah, that, yeah, exactly like the Vespa scooters, or just the
And
way they
that's
even looked moving. Like yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
That
rough.
like him taking his helmet off was the Vespa chase. Like that for the
Hmm.
rest of the episode, that's how I felt was the chase. And I didn't like
Hmm.
that necessarily. Like it because I
Hmm.
was so invested and then I couldn't even get back into it. Like and then I was disappointed. I was like, dang, I
Yeah.
can't get back into this.
Hmm.
Um because I saw this dude before. I looked up something about Halo when I was looking up when it came out before I
Hmm.
realized that it was tonight and not tomorrow. And
Hmm.
then I saw the actor dude, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this guy."
Freaking YouTube,
But
bro.
immediately
They
people are
copyrighted us.
furious. What?
Yeah.
That quick?
Our
There
stream
was
was interrupted. I don't know if is the stream still up, guys?
I think. I mean, someone just commented not too long ago. So let me see. Because copyright, yeah, we're still live.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
copyrighted doesn't mean the other one. So I understand. I
Oh,
would have.
wait,
Yeah.
that's why. I at some point, yeah. At some
What?
point, I think it did get shut off, and then it came back on.
Oh, stream was interrupted for a bit.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, Bedrock. All right, thank
yeah,
you. Yeah, I had no idea. Is that when you guys were like, "Oops" and all that? Yeah, maybe that's
yeah.
what happened.
The
Um,
I just saw the email right now. That's why I was like, oh gosh. Uh,
I
oh, the
think while
ads
the
were on.
ad. Oh. I didn't even have the ads on. Um,
Wow. Well, at least the
there's
stream's back on.
yeah. At least the
Hopefully,
stream
this
is
video is
back.
not blocked. After the fact. Um,
Yeah, we can
uh,
go back and see what it is
well,
that they're
we'll see
tripping
what it
off
is though.
of. Yeah.
I'm sure it was the music that was in the ship
It
as they
was
were leaving.
100% the music.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yo,
uh,
100%. That
but
music was incredible.
yeah,
The
phenomenal.
choir, that the what is it? Because I believe that they use an all male choir, and
Mhm.
they do their thing, bro. Like once he went to touch the the artifact and you just heard it, just oh my god, I was just like, yo, I feel like I need to press start. Like,
Mhm.
like whoa, that was amazing.
All right,
And if
bro.
I'm not mistaken, did his HUD change after he disconnected from them from orange to the actual blue that it usually is?
It
Or was
might
that
have.
something
I'm not too
because
sure.
I feel like it was blue for the rest of the time after he did the whole
Mhm.
like thing that he did. But what was you about to say? My bad.
So,
Hmm.
where do you think this next episode leads us?
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea where we're going with this show anymore. Because this is not what I expected. I don't even know how he's gonna get Cortana. I don't know
Mhm.
how any of that stuff is gonna happen anymore. We've seen Cortana from the trailers already, so we know that she is gonna be a thing. He
Yep.
keeps the artifact as well. So what I was thinking was they were gonna knock out all that was still gonna happen. She was gonna upload the Cortana with the artifact thing, kind of work it together somehow, and and that, yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't even know. I really don't know. I'm hoping what we see in the future though is that the other Spartans join him or
Mhm.
something like that. I really don't want them to be against each other for too long.
Yeah.
That will just be like another thing that'll be like irritating for me, and I really
Mhm.
don't want that. But what do you think is gonna happen, bro? Because you have a good sense of things. I thought I knew halfway through that episode, but
Mhm.
then once it took the turn that it did, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Master Chief is like against the UNSC now. I don't think that ever happened in the games ever. Like,
I think it happens in 4 or 5. Like he
but
disobeys
doesn't
orders.
he? But doesn't he go back though? Like, not. I'm
Yeah.
saying like not to this extent. Like, this is like you can't go back. That's what they kind of did. Like the ill
So
reprieve.
I mean, the things he did in the game were to protect Cortana, but like what I think is going to happen Uh, I think him shutting down the power like that, um, on that base on Reach is the reason why the Covenant show up. They realize there's a big power surge, and they sense the same energy that they were looking at on the planet that they were before. So that's why they show up on Reach, and they use that loss of power to attack Reach. So I think he inadvertently just exposed Reach.
I would like that.
Um, but as to where they're going, I have no idea. I think maybe they're gonna go back to her home planet and see if they could find anything else that they could figure out. Like, okay, well, like what? Why is this here? And like maybe she knows more about like what's underground.
Mhm.
You know, like maybe they found more
Ooh,
artifacts like that, and they just like no one else knows. So
yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen. Outside of that, I have no clue. I have no clue.
I like that. I like what you're saying. I feel like that would be a good, I guess, starting point, or a good point is for them to at least go back to where they were before.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I don't think they're gonna want to bring all those dead bodies back up. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Uh, so I don't really know how that's going to work out. I don't know what planet they could go to either. We've seen so much more than I thought we were going to see within just this first
Yeah, I
episode.
didn't even know we are gonna
Like,
see the freaking base of all Covenant. Like, I had no idea we are gonna see that.
I really like seeing stuff from their point of view. That gave it a
Mhm,
that Game of Thrones type of vibe that you were
mhm.
talking about. Even the not the foundation. Is that the foundation? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we see,
Even the
but we go back and forth.
foundation
Yeah.
had that type of thing to where you get to see the villains, quote unquote, and then you get to see the heroes, and then you get to see the kings and all these different points of views from all these different characters.
Mhm.
Most shows that are in this vibe I don't that I've watched haven't done that type of thing. You know, like the sci-fi basically.
Yeah.
That's usually more for
Mhm,
the fantasy shows and movies and whatnot. So it was really cool to be able to see that little bit that we saw from uh from them. Like
mhm.
I like that seeing the little Snoke looking dude. Um and then the chick that we have no idea who she is. I don't even think they gave her a name yet. I don't think. I might be
What
mistaken.
which girl?
The evil girl. And she was reading a book and she was with them.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we know her name yet.
Yeah.
I think someone explained it to us in, like, one of our trailers who she is.
Oh,
And I think, I think it was a book-related thing, but I'm not too sure. Uh,
okay.
but, wow.
Let's see. Um Wolfie says YouTube is on a copyright massacre lately. Oh yeah.
I believe it. I believe it.
Mary Sue says it can't be the music. The sound from the show wasn't on the stream. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I wonder why.
It's good to know for next time. Sorry about that,
Yeah,
guys.
that's definitely good
So
to
it's probably
know.
the footage
That
then. And
means,
Paramount probably was
yeah,
like, "Yo, like, what?"
maybe I showed a lot at the end when I was like,
Mhm.
wow, maybe I showed a lot at some point.
Yeah, so
I
we'll have
might have
to.
got too
Okay,
into it.
this is
Yeah.
the first
So
one. We haven't done any Paramount yet, so we don't even know how they're
yeah.
gonna react. So,
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. We haven't done anything Paramount
um,
related. Akash says, hello. What is up, Akash? Welcome to
how's
the
it going,
chat.
man?
What is going on? We just finished watching episode 1 of Halo. Um,
And it was an
Akash
awesome first
says
episode.
it was. When did Marvel movies or series come out? The first one started last year around this time.
Yeah, the
Was
next one comes
WandaVision.
out next week.
Yes.
Yeah, next Tuesday, right?
Today, next week. No.
Oh, or Wednesday. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll
And
be a good
oh
time.
my goodness, that's going to be two things coming on the same night. Am I
Man,
tripping? Is Moon Knight and Halo about to be coming out on the? Oh, bro, that's going to be terrible. That's
yeah,
going to be a real hard
yeah.
stretch right there. Uh, Jesus, I'm not happy for that. Bedrock, it says CGI felt pretty scuffed, but I still enjoyed it. I think us having it in 380p basically the entire time
It
really
felt like
helped
that.
our experience, to be honest, because we didn't get to see any
There was
bad
one
CGI.
moment
Which one was that?
that
The
looked
truck?
weird. No. Like everything else kind of looked weird, but it didn't look weird because of the like But like there was a moment where Master Chief drops his weapon on the ground, and it looked hella funny. Like I was just like, oh, uh,
Mm.
that was the only one that really kind of stuck out to me.
The
Um,
when the alien rammed into the truck, that was my first one when I was like,
mhm,
okay. And then later on in that same scene, Master Chief puts his gun on his back, and it looked super weird for me.
mhm.
And that was the another time, and then another time I think we were having like a top view of a space of the spaceships or something, and then that also looked weird to me.
But you know what though?
Um,
Most of the trailer that we saw was basically most of the footage we saw in this.
I was gonna make a note of that as well, which I'm really excited about. So I'm thinking the first probably 2 to 3 episodes, like Cortana's probably coming in the next episode, is one
Mhm,
of my big thoughts. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, and then that's kind of everything from the trailers that we
yeah.
needed to see, except that one moment when he's sitting on the bed as a kid with his feet dangling.
Mhm.
Mary Sue says, "Is this an ancient alien story like Stargate?" Yes.
Yeah, so, like, in the games, the Covenant are interested in, like, the people that made the Halo rings, and they made a lot more other stuff as well.
Yeah.
Um, I
They're
can't
like the
I can't the Forerunners, I'm sorry, that's
there
what
you
they are.
go. I was gonna call them whatever it is in Marvel, but I can't think of what their name.
But yeah, they're obsessed with the Forerunner tech, and I'm pretty sure that's what we're seeing
Mhm.
right now as well. They just don't know it's Forerunner tech
Like
yet.
I'm pretty yeah that
Like,
like the
this is really
artifact
early
or
on, like, before
mhm,
Halo 1, like, at the beginning of Halo 1, we didn't even know what, the ring was, and then eventually we end up there, so, like,
yeah.
uh
So this is going in like we even said this in either both of our trailer reactions or the very first one was that this show is going to span across all of what we know from the games and kind of mesh it into one show and not have it be multiple things.
yeah.
Kind of like what you guys were telling us about the Wheel of Time, to be completely honest, on how they're taking all of these different parts and mashing the chapters together and stuff from book one and book two and whatnot. Demon said finished it. Ooh, okay, man. Demonic. Yo, I am wilding. I can't believe that I did not see that your name was demonic. It just hit me like, oh, my man's name is not demon, it's demonic. Wolfie says, yes, all this is through the books. The game won't be mentioned.
Mm.
Yeah. Demonic says, my thoughts. I really enjoyed it, although it seemed like everyone else's bullets except Spartans shoot BB bullets. And the part where Chief takes off his helmet, IDK, I didn't like it. It's the fanboy in me.
Yeah,
That's something that I said as
and that's
well.
gonna
I
that's what everyone's
literally
gonna be
said
talking
that
about
in the
on Twitter,
show,
yeah.
though. I was like, what the hell is everyone else shooting? Nerf bullets? Like, why did the Spartans just come in immediately? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what the hell was going on with that. Why isn't the shield technology that they have more readily available to people? Like, why are the Spartans the only ones that have that? That
I
was a
was like,
little
yeah, I don't
interesting as
even think
well.
regular UNSC troops have that
That's what
ability
I'm
either.
saying. I don't. That was interesting. Demonic also says, but everything else was amazing. As the story as I'm seeing so far looked like it's gonna be lit. He's gonna be like Halo 5, where he's actually gonna be wanted and get hunted down.
That's the vibe I was
Ooh,
getting, yeah.
okay,
That's
okay.
the one game I
I
haven't played, but yeah, I understand that that happens in that
oh
game. And
yeah,
that's what I was referring to earlier.
yeah. Definitely gonna need that to happen. Um Demonic also says, I felt a little concerned about the silver timeline, but this storyline looks fine for me so far. I
Yeah,
feel that
I
as
only
well.
really know about Red and Blue Team. I've never actually learned about Silver Team. I think that's a book thing as well.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how that kind of unfolds. The characters seem pretty cool. Not that we like learned a lot about them. I think one like the sniper girl, I think was the only one that was really kind of highlighted, like in terms of like conversation and stuff. But
Maybe silver team is like a combination of the red and blue team thing, and they're not going to do like red team, blue team. They're just going to have like it be silver team, and that's the only team
yeah,
that there is of
because I
Spartans.
think Master Chief
Because
was
it,
originally part of Blue Team, and Red Team was the team that we see on Halo Wars.
mhm.
And I think that's and so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Um,
We'll learn. We'll learn.
Yes, Bedrock says maybe the Spartans have some sort of specialized bullets. That's what I was thinking, and maybe that's why it's so important that they have their specific guns. Because even when they opened up their little armory thing, like each one, like there was numbers on the guns and stuff.
Mhm.
Like So maybe that has something to do with
So
it.
here's what I'm thinking. I think the UNSC developed so like the guns that they were using in the colonies were like guns that we'd use, but the guns that the UNSC are using are bullets
Oh.
specifically made to break through shield
So
technology.
everyone else is still using the primitive hardware, basically.
Yes, and
Oh,
like
and they don't get the new hardware unless they side with the
yeah,
UNSC.
and
I understand.
I'm assuming this, but we haven't seen a regular UNSC trooper shoot an elite yet. So I don't know like if
Oh, that's
like if they
true.
have it or if they don't have it. So it'll be interesting to
Mm,
see.
that's true. I didn't think about that. Those are all some solid points right there. Demonic says, "Yeah, I thought so, but the minigun didn't do shit except shooting two of them at the elites. Except when Chief picks it up and shoots shit up."
Yeah.
Oh no, that's true. That's true.
Unless their aim was just garbage. I mean, they were all like frantically shooting AKs without like really aiming, but like I don't know.
Yeah, they've never been in that situation before, ever. Like, I don't think they've ever even fought the Spartans. It seemed like they all were just kind of a ragtag team type of thing,
Mhm.
and they just were trying to just protect their colony. Um, it does. It seemed like they were getting ready to go to war with Spartans or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like they were tripping off of them and they were like getting prepared for something at the beginning, but
Mhm.
we clearly see that they
Yeah,
could
they were
not hold
talking
their own
mad shit.
at all. Yeah, like I didn't expect for that entire bunker to get murdered. Like, I'm gonna keep it lit. When she walked out of there and then the alien dude busted it open and just murdered
You know what?
everyone, I was like, holy, her little friend is dead now.
Yeah.
Everyone she ever knew is just dead. Like,
When I
well,
literally when her dad said, "Yo, get in the bunker with everyone else," I thought it was like gonna be like a legit bunker, not like a little like storage shack or like
mhm.
storage room built into like a
My man
mountain with
just
like
opened,
regular
he just
doors.
broke the
Yeah,
doors off. Like, it was
yeah. I thought it was like a legit bunker, but uh
the ants in Bugs Life had a better bunker than that. Like,
yeah.
yo, they could hide from the wasps better than they could than that. Yo, that was wild.
Mhm.
Um, I Well, once again, though, I really need to go back and watch this episode mainly so I can see it with the actual CGI, because I know
Yeah.
if I was not seeing the CGI, if I was seeing the CGI right, if both of us were seeing it right, we would have had a little bit of a different feeling for it while watching it.
Mhm.
We would have been like, "Oh man, looks wild," but
Yeah.
it didn't look wild for us because literally it was 380 the whole time. Except after like with each commercial, it got better and better, I
Yeah.
guess, because it allowed it to buffer more. Um, but it was like 380, 720, maybe 1080 towards the end. Once he took his mask off, it was 1080. I pretty much counted the time between minigun shots. Uh, it took 2 seconds for Chief to take out one of the elites with the minigun. While I rewatched the scene, the rebel took more than 3 shots, including everyone else shooting at the elites.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a reason behind that.
Hmm.
I don't know if there is, but we'll see.
They definitely were just trying to make them seem more badass, for sure.
Yeah.
There were some cringe moments with the Spartans. I'm not gonna lie. There were a couple of cringe moments at the end when they all like did their Power Rangers poses. Like towards the door when it was about to blow up. I was like, okay, this is cringe. Let's not have this happen anymore. Um,
Overall though, I
but
love this
I was about to
episode.
say, everything was really solid about this, though. I'm really happy. Like, I'm
I
happy.
am.
I thought I
I'm
was going to
happy
be
to.
completely disappointed, and I'm not disappointed with anything other
I'm
than him
intrigued.
taking his
I'm
mask off.
excited.
That's like my one disappointment.
Mhm.
As far as everything else, I can take it with a grain of salt, for real, for real. But that's like a tablespoon of salt, as when he took the mask off, just for me. Um, but I loved it, yo. Like, the storytelling, the lore that they were utilizing, the world building that they were doing in this show. I'm wondering how people are feeling that have no idea what Halo is.
That's true. I feel like they probably like it. Assuming they like this genre. Because if someone that watches this, they don't like it, I'm like, oh, it's gonna suck, but uh but man, how you gonna put this on the Marvel Bros scale, my man? This first episode.
Okay. let me talk about the Marvel Bros scale real quick, and then I'll give them the rating. Around here, we have the Marvel Bros scale, and on the Marvel Bros scale, it is a scale of 5. It's out of 5. It's not out of 10. It's out of 5. So we take things a little harsher around here, and I'm gonna say that I'll give this a solid. I,
This
I'm
was tough.
nervous. I don't know,
I'm
yo.
trying to
Yeah,
think to
it's
myself.
it's tough. I'm thinking like I want to give it.
Do you want to hear what I'm thinking?
Yeah, I gotta.
Okay.
Let me hear what you're
Okay.
thinking.
I'm giving it a 3 point like 4.
Yeah.
Three
Oh, that's actually lower than what I
3.4
was thinking.
3.5. That's kind of where
I
I'm
was
at
like
right
in the
now.
3.6, 3.7 range.
Hmm. That's
But
kind of where I'm
3.5 is
at,
probably solid.
and I contribute that rating, uh, being as low as it is because the helmet thing, some CGI looked a little iffy. But overall, they did a really good job with all the rest of it. It was like the really small stuff that really didn't look that great.
Hmm.
Um, that's kind of how I would give it. Uh, and those are kind of the two things that kind of dinged it. But like, I wouldn't give this first episode a 5 overall, but I would give it
Demonic
a good three,
Demonic's comment
3.5.
is exactly how I'm feeling, yo. Honeymoon phase, I'll give it a 4, but if I get over it, it will probably be a 3.5.
Yeah,
That's like literally
that's
how I
not bad.
feel.
That's a good rating.
That no, that's not bad at all. That's how I feel for sure. I feel like this was like my initial like nostalgia effect and everything. Like it
Mhm.
hits every single meter. Like hearing the shields freaking deplete and come back, bro, it was everything for me. Like that was a that like I didn't even know how much I needed that, to be completely honest. Like
Yeah.
that never even occurred to me to be a thing. Neither
Hmm.
did the HUD view. Never occurred to me to be a thing. The way that his gun like stuck to his hip,
Yeah.
never really thought about any of that type of
Yeah.
stuff, like the way that they did it. But
Hmm.
all of that little minute things and details that I guess didn't really matter but do matter. I liked them, and it made me
Yeah.
feel like, oh my god, like let's go. Like that's how it was. Like the doop, 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 whoop, all of that, bro. It was
Yeah.
solid, solid. When he touched the artifact as well, I really liked how that did the whole flashback. It gave Assassin's Creed. That's how those flashbacks really made me feel like
Hmm.
Assassin's Creed, yo. Like when if you know how those flashbacks work in that game, or when Ezio is seeing like the beginning of the time with the Adam and Eve, quote unquote,
Yeah.
you know how that all felt. That's how those visions felt to me that he was
Yeah.
having. Wolf said 2.0, sorry, not sorry.
Hey, man. It is what it
I
is.
feel that.
But I
Can
feel it.
you give us a little bit of elaboration as to why you're feeling like that? Maybe, possibly. And if you guys are in the chat, if you guys are watching, let us know what this is for you on the scale. Let you know what you'll rate. Let us know what you're gonna rate this one. Um, I really, man, like, what was one of your favorite things that we saw? Like, what was like, ooh, for you? What was that
I
moment?
think it was the moment where Master Chief was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not following this order. And then the UNSC was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. What do we do? This can't be happening. Like, oh my god, he's gonna kill us all. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
that vibe was pretty cool.
They were definitely all
They're like, we
terrified.
need to mobilize everyone.
She was not playing. She was like, yo, a couple ships. We're gonna need more than that, yo.
Yeah.
Call the other Spartans, get everyone that we got on the base right now. Yo, that was definitely solid. I really liked when Master Chief was blowing off all of the aliens' faces. I don't know what it was about that, but there is something about those aliens getting their faces blown off
Yeah.
that was like America. Like I don't know, it was just like I totally felt like that is what would happen, like in like a SEAL Team 6 situation.
Yeah.
Um, but to be honest, like all jokes aside, um, my favorite part was probably the just the interaction
Hmm.
between Master Chief and Quan. Uh I really, really, I
I'm excited to
think
see where that goes.
I really think we're gonna like get attached to that type of relationship the same way we're attached to
Mhm.
Geralt and
Like,
I can't think of her name from The Witcher, but I mean they're
mhm,
never together either. To be
yeah,
completely honest, like they never get to get the time together in the show. But in this, it seems like we're gonna get to see
I think we'll
a lot
see.
of those Grogu moments. I guess you can say the baby Grogu moments.
Yeah, I think the best way I could put it is I think the little girl is going to play the Cortana role for a little bit. That's assuming
Hmm.
if Cortana is even going to be like with Master Chief. It seems like they're going to use her to kind of like use as a weapon against Master Chief. So because
Yeah.
that's who Cortana is, she's a weapon. That like that
Hmm.
was her purpose is to like really kind of uh just I forget what was her purpose, like what was her initial uh thing for,
Initiative. Yeah.
but for the most part, I think they're going to use Cortana to try and like stop him. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Demonic says my favorite part was where everybody was dying. I haven't seen Halo go that far, but I enjoyed it because it truly shows how brutal the
Yeah,
Covenant actually were. Yeah, I agree. Um, I think that took us all for a loop. Like when her friends died.
because we don't see that. Like what happens in Reach, like we don't see that. I mean, we saw a little bit in Halo Forward on the Dawn, but in Reach, like we don't see that happen. We just see the aftermath
Mhm.
of like all the like the farmers and whatnot in the outer colonies on Reach or get attacked. Uh,
Yeah,
so like it'll be interesting. I don't know. Do you think we'll
yeah.
see Noble Six, bro?
I literally have no idea. I think we're gonna. Yes, I'll say yes. I think we're
Because
gonna
we're
see
on Reach,
everything.
you know.
Yeah, I think we'll see everything. I honestly do. I think we're gonna somehow see everything in this. eh, I don't even know how they're gonna. The way I feel is they're gonna show so much that it's not gonna save anything for a season two because
Hmm.
they're trying. It seems like they're trying really hard
They're going
to get the
full,
fan base
yeah.
on board with the knowledge of hey, you guys know what happens, but look at this. It's a little bit different. We're throwing everything together at one time, putting every video game, all the books in a blender, and giving you this Halo smoothie. And I don't know if that's a bad thing right now. Like so far, it
Mhm.
doesn't feel like a bad thing, but I think, like the saying goes, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So I don't know what they're gonna go with, man. I literally like, what are we gonna see in this, bro? I don't even know what a season finale is looking like for this. Um, Demonic says in the comics and the background, I enjoyed the plasma shots. Haven't seen a plasma gun do that, and I hella enjoyed seeing that because that's what it would do if it was shot. Oh yeah, you're getting disintegrated by a plasma gun, baby.
Yeah, or extremely burnt. Like, I'm pretty sure half those bodies were like char in half, if
Mhm,
not completely obliterated, if they were like directly hit.
mhm.
Uh, but I'm feeling good about the show, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I can't wait. Uh, we'll have to figure out how to manage what to watch. I think obviously we'll watch probably Moon Knight first, and then have to
yeah,
wait Halo for the next day.
yeah.
But uh,
That would probably be the strat. Let me make sure that those dates
unless
are
it's Tuesday,
correlating the way
Thursdays,
I
which would
think.
be ideal, or Tuesday, Wednesday, but I'm not sure.
Moon Knight comes out on the 30th, which is Wednesday.
Mm.
This comes out on Thursday though, so it'll be Tuesday night for Moon Knight, I
Oh,
think.
okay, yeah, okay, we're good then.
Yeah. Tuesday night for Moon Knight, Wednesday night for Halo. If I'm not mistaken, that is what is going to be here for show. Demonic says, y'all think we will see the Reach event, the
Mhm.
fall of Reach? I want to see the fall of Reach.
I think we'll see it. I don't think
Season
we're gonna.
finale, maybe.
I don't know if we're gonna see it uh, the way we saw it in the game, but I think we'll see it.
Yeah, I think season finale is where we're gonna go. Like, I think season finale is a good strat. Um, because then that saves more stuff. You know,
Mm,
it's like the fall of Mandalore. We know what happens, but now we're starting on Mandalore instead.
mhm.
So let's see it blow up, or let's see all the stuff happen. However, they're going to decide to do that. Let's see it happen. I'm down for that. Ben G, what is up with G? What is up with a G? No pun intended. We're gonna have to get brutes, jackals, and hunters, etc. Right?
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure they started us with these level aliens
I think they
so we
wanted us to
can
see the
increase
fear and like,
power
yeah,
level. Yeah, exactly. Having those little that would not have been scary. Like, I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see them at all, to be completely
yeah.
honest. Because they're not a I don't know. They're more comedic. They're more a comedic effect type of thing. So we
Hmm.
might see them like a Jawa, like on that planet, that thing that we saw them on. Like as the servants or something like
Hmm.
that. But I don't think we're gonna necessarily see them out there fighting. That would be funny though. I think they could use them
Hmm.
for some much needed like wow and stuff like that. Like, or I don't know. I don't know. There was no comedic relief in this first episode though, right?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, like there was no humor. It wasn't like a crack a joke type of thing. Like we
I think
didn't
Master
get
Chief
that.
tried to make a joke, but that, but the girl didn't laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Wolfie says, I'm a hardcore fan of the game, so I'm just biased when the producer said he doesn't want the game in his show. I feel it. I feel it. That's not
Yep.
really a bad thing. I don't think so. Like it can
But that's
be,
what I'm talking
but
about. The hardcore gamer fans, I don't think are going to enjoy this as much as
Mhm,
people that like. I'm a huge fan of the game. I really am.
mhm.
But I'm also open to other things. That's kind of
You're
like where I'm
also
at.
a huge fan of like shows and movies, though. I
Yeah.
think that's where so you're getting the best of both worlds for you in a way because you get the good story of both and you get the Easter eggs and all of that. But for someone who's not as big of a movie buff, I guess you would call it, they're not going to be as happy. Wolfie says in the game, the fall of Reach was before 117's time.
Yep.
But I think that's why